I am here with the esteemed privilege to talk to the winningest coach in youth sports history, Coach Glen Constantin, head coach for the Laval Rouge. Coach, thank you so much for speaking with us here. What did you think of this week?
Well, it's a great venue. I mean, it goes beyond football. It's friendships. It's meet people and networking for coaches, and it's a showcase of talent, and it's a great venue.
Speaking about what we were just kind of speaking about here, you were just a part of the coaches clinic, giving back into the community, trying to help grow the game. Where does that passion come from for you here to try to help grow the Canadian game?
But you know what? Back in 2003, I was I was one of the youngest guys. Now I'm one of the oldest guys here, and I remember the Brian Torreses of the world, Gary Jeffries, very generous of their time. Greg Marshall's a good friend of mine. He's also still there. So to me, it's a great opportunity. There's young coaches, and I think there's great values that need to be maintained in the sport, and I try to keep that going. And obviously, I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of experience and contacts and share the wealth and grow the game. And to me, it's not about winning champion. Well, it's about winning. I have my fair share of that. It's to grow the game and make sure that the product is better. Mm-hmm. And there's obviously a lot of stuff going on in the U.S. that we cannot control, but what we can control is make our game better. And I'm all here for that, and I'll share whatever I have.
Well, you talked about it last night as well, that some of your closest friends or some of your greatest competitors, like a Coach Marshall, how did that relationship start? Was that purely you met each other on the Vanier Cup and then built it from there?
Yeah, it's just funny that they're not. Actually, there's a friend of mine that played for Greg, Pierre Vercheval, which is the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
And he actually was very close. And I met Blake and Greg, and obviously Greg, when coaching at Bishops in '94, was the offense coordinator. And then we just love football. We care about football. He's a grinder. I'm a grinder, and it's just mutual respect, And same thing with Scott Flory, which is new in the game, but it's always with this. I'll be frankly with the success we've had, there was a lot of envy and naysayers, but not from those programs. Mm-hmm. So and we meet and we compete and we share and. This is ultimate respect.
That's incredible. Now, I have to ask about your success at the Laval Rouge. I mean, you took over in 2003 and have had a historic run with that program. What do you think it is about the Laval way that allows you to be back in those championship games year after year?
But the first thing I see, we're blessed. I think the province of Quebec has great grassroots football. Mm-hmm. You see it at the Canada Cup. They're always winning or finalist or a contender. And there's the CEGEP system is very good. Some CEGEPs have more full-time coaches than universities, so it has a better mature product when it comes to the university. One of the things that we talk about is we develop our players. You can be a superstar, but you need to be humble. I think humility takes away the being complacent, and then we always work and we talk about rings. Like we had a ring committee for our ring, which is like 5 guys. But now for 25, we have a 100-man committee for our ring. So to me, not being complacent. Mm-hmm. We need to always work harder, and we always correct harder after victories, and make sure the honeymoon stops quickly. And it's about championship, but for us, we produce a lot of CFLers also. Mm-hmm. But for us, we recruit good players, we develop them, but to us, you will attain your personal goal within a team goal. That's our deal.
Now, you talk about some of those CFLers, and especially as a defensive coach yourself, I mean, some of the unbelievable defensive linemen that you've had in Arnaud Desjardins and Matthew Betts. What is that process like when you get those guys in the door? Is it purely refinement, or are you trying to teach them from the ground up, this is how you play?
No, I don't teach from the ground up. I mean, to me, it's like I see what they do well, and I try to complement what they do. To me, like I said, the best coaching job I did with Matthew Betts is get out of the way, just let him rush. There's some great football stuff. He's got great, and we'll fine tune stuff. I mean, I won't take a 6'5'9" guy, try to make him a swimmer kind of thing. I just work within their skill set and try to improve at what they do. I don't think, and make sure they don't become robots neither.
Absolutely. And would you flip over to the offensive side of the ball, you see a guy like Arnaud Desjardins, and you see his progression, winning it in his first year and now continuing on here. What has that process been like for you to see him grow and continue to evolve in your system?
But the thing, I think he's always a good quarterback back. I think his decision making, he was like probably too calm at first, and then he was like just get rid of the ball. And I think he was a very cerebral guy. These guys, he has a lot of degree with his finishing his MBA. Obviously, he's smart son, and you check that box. But the thing is, to me, is when he came back from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers last year, I told him, I go, don't be Colaris, don't try to come, but look at the leadership skills. And I know that at the CFL Combine, that's one of the things that the CFL scout told me. He goes, he took charge of a bunch of guys he didn't have a clue who they were, kind of thing. So his leadership was it's not about you being perfect. It's making people around you perfect, and he got that part over the years, and he's become a great leader for us.
And then lastly, you had a few of the guys obviously here, but one of the people that really stuck out to me was your running back, Angel Vital. Yeah. He's got great vision, great speed. Talk about him. How is he as a player for you?
You know what? He's part of our committee. I think what he's missing a little bit is that top gear kind of thing. But he's a very good zone runner. He's physical. I think he might have a future maybe as a fullback kind of guy. He's got that size, and he's got good hands. But he's got good vision. But he's just missing that little breakaway speed kind of thing.
Absolutely. And then very lastly, for all of the Rouge et Or fans that are across the country here, what can they expect going into this season?
You know what? The expectations are high. We had a very young defense. We're fast. We're long on defense. I think they're playing together more. The cohesive group. They showed up in our spring drills, especially the second mini camp, and we have a fifth-year quarterback. And I think we got good receivers. We got a transfer that's coming in. I think the expectations are high. Stay humble, work hard, and have a great summer. And let's put the team goals ahead of our goals. We'll be fine.
The winningest coach in U Sports history and a legend in the game, Glen Constantin. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.